Hi, welcome back to Knit for Brains podcast. I'm Laura Brady.
I'm Karen Miller.
This is episode 96. We are a knitting, crocheting, sewing, crafty podcast. We are located in Bradley, Illinois, which is 60 miles south of Chicago. You can find us in our Knit for Brains Facebook group. On Ravelry, we have a podcast group. On Instagram. Also, I have a shop on Etsy with bags and patterns, which is Knit for Brains Designs. And Karen?
You can find me on Instagram and on Ravelry as Loopy Stitcher. And then also I have one design, hopefully to be some more soon, under Loopy Stitcher Designs on Ravelry.
And we're going to apologize right now. We're both having allergy issues. So there might be a lot of snotting and clearing our throats.
It's like my body knows we're going to podcast.
Well, the pollen count is extremely high right now. And I know two of them I can't even pronounce or I'm not aware of what they are. But ragweed is high and that's one of my major allergies. And it always tends to get worse at night for some reason.
Yeah.
Not sure why. It is Sunday the 30th. Sometimes we don't tell you guys that. You guys will see us probably tomorrow. This will go up. Shop news. I have not sewn.
She's been busy playing
I've been busy. Well, I had planned not to sew this 2 weeks. I was taking some time off and it's done my neck good with all the different things I've changed up. I haven't been having neck issues, so yay. I will get back to it this week. But in the meantime, we are going to run a sale in the shop. Everything in the shop will be marked 15% off. We still do offer free shipping to US, so keep that in mind as well. 15% off, and that is on Etsy, and it is Knit for Brains Designs. Okay, we'll just go ahead and get a couple other admin stuff done.
Yep.
Dishcloth along. There's a thread in our Ravelry group. Is going on until December 31st. We also have a sweater cal going on right now in our Ravelry group. And that will go until November 1st. Where then on November 1st we will start the Gift the Knits that we run every year. So that's always a fun one.
Which that's the biggest one that...
Typically, we've done I think the second largest one was, I think we did a hat one the one time, a hat-a-thon. I think was pretty big as well. So, yeah. So we got that. So we're just gonna, well, let's do a review first. Let's just talk about the last 2 weeks. Because I've had a lot going on.
You're gonna tell.
Got a new grandbaby.
Yay!
So I was over at my daughter's house, let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, watching Little Peanut, which, that kid's an angel. They have it so lucky. She's an angel. That's all I can say. And of course I had to teach her things while I'm there. She now says grandma and grandpa.
Here you go.
So Lucas Brady Gifford was born on 8/27. He weighed 8 pounds, 6 ounces, and is 21 inches. And he is a little cutie. Let me pull up a picture here for you so you guys can see. Like that. Well, for being 8 pounds, he's a skinny mini.
Yeah, well, he's long.
Alisha was 8'9", and she was a very rolly baby. This was, and you guys, the people I've watched for a while and know my daughter Alisha know she's a Disney fanatic. So that was
I didn't see that picture.
Bringing him home outfit.
That's cute.
Peanut, oh, and I dressed, it was so funny because Peanut was actually, oops, that's a video. I might not have a picture. Peanut was actually in a little Minnie Mouse dress as well. And then she kept coming over to me with her Minnie Mouse slippers and saying, "Grandma, toe's cold." So I had to put her slippers on her. was cold. Yeah, she learned certain things. She could just, completely get away with me. She'd come over and be like, shoes, play. She wanted to go outside. So we go outside, we play for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever she wanted, and then she was ready to go inside. We watched TV, and then she'd come back over, shoes, play. Okay, honey. Then Alicia's like, I can't believe you kept taking her in and out. I hope she doesn't expect that of us. And she got to go to my nail appointment with me, because I had changed it once. It was supposed to be on Wednesday, so I set it up for Saturday, thinking, I'll be fine by then. Or no, Friday. Friday we went? Yeah, Friday. Yeah, no, I still had her, so she went she had fun. It was fine. Thursday, Grandpa met us over at the mall, and we took her to just run around, basically, and get her a smoothie. She likes the smoothies there. And our mall's so empty. Mm-hmm. Like, it's empty store-wise. There's not much in there. Mm-hmm. And it's empty customer-wise. So she can just run, and she's not going to run into anybody.
Especially during anything. Did you go during the week?
Yeah, it was Thursday.
Yeah.
So we ended up eating at one of the new places. Well, it's like one of two that's actually open there, which was really good. And then I had in my mind that I wanted to get pictures done while we were there, because we had a gift certificate. But I didn't say anything to Brett or to Peanut. And we were walking down the mall, and as soon as she saw the picture place, she ran in. Because she knows it. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, we need to get pictures taken. And Brett's like, you mean today? It would have been nice had you told me. So we did get some pictures done. That's the three of us. Why did it jump to that one? There's Grandpa and Peanut.
She's getting so tall.
There should be one. Oh, there I am. I'm like, where's Grandma and Peanut? And then we got a bunch. Like, I'm not going to bore you guys, but we got a ton of her.
She knows how to take a picture.
Yeah, she was. And did you notice she had let me see if I can get here's good. Her little sweater on it.
Oh, yeah.
She had picked that out that morning.
She loves her knitwear.
Well, I usually take out 2 outfits, and I ask her which one she wants. And she always picks that. She likes her knitwear. She does. So I was like, that's perfect, because Grandma made that. So I just got home last night. And, of course, then had to spend hours catching up on, cleaning the rabbit's cage, write out the bills, balance the checking account, unpack everything. Yeah, life in general. I think my husband was glad to have me back. I was glad to be back in my own bed without... Their dog is very sweet. But he sheds.
How did that...
He sheds like crazy.
Did you bring a case of Benadryl with you?
I did have Benadryl with me and my animal drops. He has to sleep in bed with you. Which, when you go to bed with him, he thinks it's time to play. So the minute you lay your head down, he pounces on you. And then you tell him no, and he barks. And then he comes over and you're laying like this, and he lays his whole chin and neck across your neck. And I'm like, Packer, you need to get off Grandma. And then he would bite me in the elbow. Like, he thought it was time to play. Yeah. So, yeah. And I'm used to Moo Moo. Little 5-pound dog. So, at one point I'm like, okay, you're not laying up here on the pillow with me. My allergies to you is not gonna... You need to go down underneath the blankets, go between my legs. And that's where Moo used to always sleep. So I'm like, that won't bother me. Because I have this thing about being touched when I sleep. Yeah, he lay between my legs. He's like a 25-pound dog. And, he's hefty.
So you got warm.
Yes, extremely. And they don't keep their house at
65 degrees.
No, they do keep it at 68.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
So it's not like... and their house does tend to be cooler down on the bottom level. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it wasn't like the whole time I was there I was sweating or anything. Yeah. So, but having him lay on me...
Yeah.
So how was your 2 weeks?
So you didn't teach Packer to be out of the room while you're trying to go to sleep. You did such a great job with Peanut.
No.
Just the dog wouldn't like.
You know what? Is he 1 years old now? Or 2? 1. Anyways, he acts like a puppy. Like, he is through and through a puppy, you know. And
He's still young.
he was,
Yeah.
you could tell
a
he was missing
Yeah.
mom and dad. Like, he would, and during the day, he would lay on the couch and, like, his eyes just looked, like, so sad. He was just like, So I didn't have the heart to tell him he couldn't sleep in the bed with me. I mean, don't worry, Grandma doesn't need to breathe. It's all right. Which is probably, I'm still probably having residual, you know. It wasn't as bad. I mean, Phil knew I was coming. He made sure he vacuumed off the couches and, you know, and the carpet and stuff and tried to, you know, help out that way, which that does help. So,
Right.
Yeah.
I was uneventful compared to you. Mine was the normal grind, working full time and doing school.
Work and school then.
Work and
Alrighty.
school. That's it. Work and school.
Alrighty then. You have some FOs?
I do, surprisingly. Not probably as many as you, though. I have actually.
Now, in my defense, most of my FOs I did a few of them over at Alisha's house, but I had a lot of them done before I went over there.
So I actually have a couple that I hadn't even cast on the last time.
Well, there you go. Now you're doing it.
Oh. And they weren't washcloths either.
Oh,
So be
what
impressed.
are you trying to say? I don't know. I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then washcloths.
So maybe you should start.
Okay, I should start. Alrighty. Well, all this is FO.
You should see this pile.
I told, like, if I had any more, I would have had to been like, Karen, I can't fit you in. It's ridiculous. This is we should warn you right now. This is probably going to be a really long one. You might want to grab a drink. Pause us. Grab a drink. Because I also have a ton of acquisitions.
And I knew coming in, because I knew she was going to, last week I knew that she was going to be spending time with watching Olivia, and
yeah, but
depending on how long that took.
Most of these were done ahead of time. I can tell you which ones I finished as I'm going through when I was there. So I started making hats because I was informed Little Man, I think, had like 1 hat. So I'm like, okay, not a biggie. So I had grabbed, and I know it doesn't look like it, but I did. I had grabbed some yarn out of my base. The patterns for DK are lightly worsted yarn, so I just held the sock yarn double. And the pattern is Rocky Ridge Hat by Knox Mountain Knit Co. And it is, I believe, a free one. I'm pretty sure it's a free one on Ravelry. And it's actually a really nice pattern. So it goes from, it has baby, toddler, child / adult small, adult medium, and adult large. So, nice array. So, I did, and I do not have the tags for this yarn. Okay, this was Knit Picks. I do remember because I made a sweater for Peanut, I think, out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was leftover Knit Picks. And I made a little man a blue hat.
Okay, I don't feel quite as bad.
Well, this is the baby size.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Mine's
a lot.
small. Mine's like newborn size.
There's a lot of he does actually have a pretty small noggin.
Okay,
so.
good.
It's got quite a bit of stretch though because of the ribbing. So
It's cute.
I made that one, and then I'm trying to think. I finished that one when I was there. So then I went ahead and I had this yarn in a bag because I just took a bunch of yarns and threw them in a bag. And I want to say that this one is Lolo Did It Cornucopia. I used it on something else, maybe socks. I'm not sure. And I went ahead and I did the toddler size, which I want to take this over there and try it on Peanut because I'm going to make her a Halloween hat, but I want to make sure that the sizing is right. But I figured this one was kind of unisex, so it could be for either or. But I want to try it on Peanut, and if this size works, then that's what I'll make her Halloween hat out of.
Yep.
I mean, it really has a lot of stretch. So.
Yeah, and you still have a little bit left over, but that's a good way to use up your yarn.
Peanut doesn't have a lot of hair other than like her ringlets in the back. So it's not like she has a bunch of hair to fit into a hat. So, okay, so I'm going to put those down. So this one I started while I was there. And when I got home, I had 4 rows of decreasing to finish it. So, which I got distracted with hats, which is why one of the items that should have been done for this podcast is not done.
There was an SOS that went out.
SOS that went out?
Yeah, you messaged me as like, Alisha wanted hats for Lucas, and I was like, oh, okay.
He's not fond of hats right now.
I'm sure.
He's not fond of the little gloves she keeps putting on him neither, but he has really, really sharp nails. So, it is what it is. Let me show the two other hats I did out of the same pattern, and then we'll skip over to you for a couple projects.
That sounds good.
Alright, so this one is also for Little Man, and I made this out, I got this yarn, I want to say last year from the Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted that goes on Instagram. I'm not sure she put okay. It says Mosaic Moon DK. So I nabbed that out before I had left. Put that in there. Ugh. I did this one. This one was actually done at home before I went.
Yeah.
And I'm really, as you can tell, I just keep doing the same hat. I'm really enjoying this pattern. It's a nice pattern. Very easy to remember, but yet I like that there's like some stretch to it and stuff, and a little bit of interest. So I've really been enjoying that pattern. And then, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this. I made socks, which I will show later, out of this colorway. And I had leftovers, so I decided to do Little Man a hat. This yarn is from Cherry Pie Cottage. And it is her Trick or Treat colorway, which I had actually seen in a picture with her bag, and I think it was from last year. I was like, do you have a skein of that? So I got that with Cherry Pie Cottage. Oh, sorry, I'm covering up her Etsy. It's called Trick or Treat. So the hat, which I did a baby hat and a pair of socks, and I still have leftovers. Go cute.
Yep, that's adorable.
I like that one. And you can see the difference in the size between a little bit. I mean, it's not bad. Holding it double and doing the DK, but I know these are going to be too big for him right at this moment. But probably around fall time when he actually needs them, they might work. Or winter. So, yeah. That's 4 hats already. I was busy. All right, what you got to show?
You ready? Are you for sure ready?
Yeah, I think I'm ready now. Sorry.
Okay. So, I'm going to give this to you too, so I don't forget. I do not have a pattern. I just kind of wung it. I made a hat for Little Man too, for Lucas' hair, from Dragon Horn Yarn. And you guys have seen this. This is a matching hat. I used it's her lower fingering weight, 85-15 Hey Supre. So it looks familiar. It's very, like I said, this is really
Oh, that'd be perfect
this
for
is
now,
newborn
I
size
think.
right now.
Yeah, it might still be a tad big.
So
He really has a small neck.
but it's pretty stretchy.
Yeah.
It's just not very deep because literally I had like
You used what you had.
I used because at the end I ended up I just kept decreasing because I knew I didn't have enough. So it matches his little sweater.
That's cute.
So these have not been washed, so she will have to use whatever she
Uses.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put it in the child pile down here.
Yeah.
Child pile.
Child pile, yep.
I do kind of sort as we go, as we show things.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'll tell you what, it would take me hours to clean everything up afterwards. It's ridiculous. Okay, I might as well go ahead and show the socks that I did because, well, I already showed the yarn and all that jazz. So these were the socks that I finished out of the Trick or Treat yarn.
It's cute.
And these were done before I left as well.
Okay, she was sewing an end last Sunday.
Yes.
So I knew some of these projects she's already finished.
Do you guys ever laugh at me as I'm trying to pile more up here? I'm sure you do.
It's a good thing we don't have an open cup.
Oh, I just found a stitch marker in here.
I write them all the time.
That's okay. I have Halloween yarns, so this bag is staying out because I will cast on another pair of socks. You're up.
Okay. All right, so this one you guys had not seen.
I did. You were knitting on it. Yep.
I do not recall where I got the pom-pom. This, did you get, I think this was from D-Stash. Happy Little Yarn, She No Longer Dies. It was her Goblin colorway. It actually was a worsted base. We had a discussion last time, and actually, I'm going to use this for pictures for my, this is actually my pattern. And so I finished that.
Which Jenny actually contacted me via text, Jenny of Cherry Pie Cottage, and said that yarn that you have, even though it's thin, could be worsted.
Yeah, you know what?
Because it sometimes will bloom once it gets wet.
When initially, when you showed me this, and we both were looking after the podcast.
Well, and we
it was
compared yours to a sport that I had. It was sport
like,
weight.
I don't think so. But I bet you once I go to to actually cake it
Maybe.
from the skein, like Jenny
she
said.
thinks once you get it wet, like for blocking, it'll bloom.
Yeah.
So, you can try.
It really looks in comparison to what this is now.
Does it?
So I will still use that other yarn. I definitely will.
Oh, there went a ball, guys.
And I didn't hit it with my pom-pom either.
It just won't fall.
Whoosh.
I need to empty this out again, obviously.
Yeah. I'll try to work on finding a model to get pictures for this.
I still need to take pictures for...
and I think that's it because I rechecked the suggestions that were made from my test knitter, and so I should be able to get that up hopefully within the next couple of weeks because I have some time coming off that I'll actually be able to work on it to get it on Ravelry.
And go running around.
Right?
Just saying. Just putting it out there.
I know. And I don't recall where I got the pom-pom. I don't know if I got it last year or year before. It was just sitting in my stash.
You know, guys, we buy a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my turn again?
Yep.
Alrighty. This one I finished before I went to peanut sit. And it's the newborn vertebrae. Okay, guys, and you laugh. Well, some of you won't laugh at me because you're the same as me. I have things on my iPad. I have row counters. I have, we can have the pattern on there. You can highlight it. You can do, marks and da-da-da-da-da. I love a printed pattern that I can just hash mark away on, put notes. I am very, like, seriously, look at all that.
You can tell how many times she's done a pattern.
I am very old school with stuff like that. I still balance my checking account. Most people don't do that anymore. And I will sit there until... I will now allow it to be like 10 cents off because I don't want to drive myself nuts. Anything more than that, you know, I'm liable to just sit there and look and look and look and look. I'm very old school. I like paying my bills, you know, like writing out the check and putting it in the mail. It gives me a sense of satisfaction. Could I pay him online? Of course I could. Oh, I should really take this. I forgot I had so much of this. I should whip up a little hat to go with the vertebrae. That'd be enough for a hat. So this was the yarn. Sorry, it's going to be one of those episodes. This is the yarn that I got in Vegas from Sin City Yarn. They're Wild Aces. It does not have a name. We decided on something last
Butterscotch,
podcast.
I think we said.
Oh, that could be it.
That's what we we called it butterscotch.
I think I started out with caramel. It might have changed.
Yeah, butterscotch,
we don't know.
caramel.
We were kind of naming it ourselves. So, you know, I think we just need a bigger table. The ends are woven. I have to block this because, like, that will come out.
Yeah.
I have not blocked it. I planned on blocking when I got home from Alisha's house. Well, I was worried then by the time I got around to the point I could do it last night, that stuff wasn't going to dry.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have a big blocking party sometime this week because Alisha also sent home a baby blanket that needs to be washed and blocked.
And
so,
you couldn't have done that with the dog and with Olivia running
like,
around.
this here will black out and whatnot, and it'll grow a little bit. So this is the second one I've done.
Now it's just one size, right?
Yes, it's just newborn. But shoot, how old was Peanut? She was still wearing it.
9 months, maybe?
At least. Yeah. And he's a skinny man.
She didn't start wearing my sweater until later. Of course, mine was so much bigger.
Because she wore it to a couple of yarn events with us, even.
Yeah.
So she got the most use out of this. So if you guys are gift knitting, this is really a good item for a new mom.
Yep. Because she wore it to Stitches.
Yes. Well, she was born February. Stitches is August. So, yeah. So I ended up doing 2 of these for him. That way she had plenty of them. So that'll go in the little man pile too. Oh, you're up again. I'm going to work on emptying out my bag. Oh my gosh.
I'm done.
Oh, you're done?
I'm done with my... Oh, no, wait a minute. Take
You
that
guys,
back.
I have to tell you while she's doing that. So when I work with DPNs and I get to the point that I don't need them, I always stick them like this. And one time, I went to go and knit again, and I couldn't find them. I made the mistake of asking my husband, and I'm looking at, do you see my DPNs anywhere? So now every time he walks past my couch and I have the DPNs in my hair, he's like, you're going to be looking later, your DPNs are in your hair. Well, if I set them down on the couch, they can roll in between the cushions and go underneath the couch. So I just always stick them in my hair.
Okay.
Oh,
Ends woven in. Are you proud of me now?
Yeah,
See, look.
at you.
I ended up taking out the one I was crocheting and ended up knitting it. And I ended up finishing the one I was knitting. So there you go. There's my 3 washcloths that I finished. And of course, I've got another one on the needles. So.
Okay, so we're going in that direction, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
let me grab my
I'm
bag.
at the end of my finished objects. So I'm reaching for straws at this point.
Do you like my big bag? I got. Okay, let's talk dishcloths. This is my cozy up bag. From the mom JoJo. She does have a Etsy shop. I can't remember the name of it. But if you go to Cozy Up on Instagram, on their profile, there is a link to it that you can get directly to it. So, All right, I have 19 dishcloths. So I might have hit Hobby Lobby, had clearance sales on the yard.
You can't take her anywhere. You really can't. You can't let her loose.
Okay, well, what's really funny is, and you guys will see this later on in acquisitions, I had hit the mother load of yarn when we went out thrifting. And that same day, he's like, okay, do you have anywhere else you want to go? And I'm like, well, originally I was going to say, let's go to Hobby Lobby because I heard about yarn clearance, but I kind of feel bad even saying anything at this point. And he's like, if you want to go to Hobby Lobby, let's go to Hobby Lobby. So we did. So I got some cotton color wheels. This stuff, okay, guys, they were marked down to like $1.27. There was like the small color wheels were 63 cents. So I bought some cotton. So they're like all different colors. Some of them are very random. But yeah. So I am well. I'll have to count at some point, but I am well over 100 dishcloths now to send to Brittany.
And I'm over it.
See? Okay.
That's cool, though.
So,
that is very cool.
I do have some. So I used, let's see how many. I kept the tags just for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I had gotten 5 skeins of it. I used all 5. So it was the Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel Cotton. It's normally $5.99 and it was reduced to $1.49.
Cool.
And I didn't buy all of it in my defense.
So all of these are just from those 5 bands?
No. Well, maybe.
Looks like it.
Yes, they are.
So you got like, what'd you say, about 19?
17.
17 out of 5. That's,
skeins, yeah.
That's pretty darn tootin' good.
And I was holding it double.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
because it was on the thinner side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's actually pretty decent
Well,
as far
held
as
up,
softness.
yeah, but it's still soft.
Mm-hmm.
I actually still like this over the Pima cotton that you had, or was it Pima cotton? The other cotton that you had found on clearance. It still made a good material, but still not quite as
that was Pima cotton. Yes, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I do still have a bit left on this.
A bit, yeah.
This is like the never-ending cone.
Uh-huh.
So I will continue to work on that. And then I did get, which this should be in acquisitions, but somehow it got thrown in here. This is actually to go with something else I purchased. But it's Yarn Bee Giant of Glam Black. It was normally $5.49 and it was marked to $1.37. And this is a cotton bamboo lurex mix. But this is going to be combined with some scrubby.
I almost thought you were going to do like a cotton sparkly dishcloth.
Well, they're going to be scrubbies.
There you go.
It's going to be combined with the scrubby yarn to make it a little fancier, which will probably go to Alisha because they're just going to be like the little round scrubbies because she actually uses those a lot. So, yeah.
It makes it a little easier to work with that scrubby material.
If you're holding it with something else.
If you mix it with something else.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
By itself, it's a pain in the tuchus. That's nice.
It's hard to, yeah.
It's like, you think the cotton yarn's hard on your hands, and then trying to see your stitches, and that's it. It's a losing battle.
I got one more bag for FOs.
Well, and it's like the Mary Poppins bag. She opens it up, and there's
okay, well, so funny story. I go over to the kids' house, and I have like one tote bag that has like my clothes and, odds and electronics in it. And then I don't even think I have, what did I have? This one? I had brought this bag, oh, and a Mario bag that had a strap. And inside each of the bags, there was more bags with other projects.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Phil thought my duffel bag, like my tote bag, was my knitting. And I'm like, oh, no. And Alisha said something about, hey, did you bring... Oh, I had used her conditioner the one day. She was like, oh, Mom, you shouldn't have used that. That's going to turn the blonde in your hair a different color. And I'm like, oh, I don't care. I almost do to have it highlighted. Well, I couldn't pack conditioner and stuff. I needed room for my knitting. And she's like, yeah, priorities, Mom. I mean...
Okay, mind you, it's not like they live in a different country.
Yeah, they're 12 minutes away from me.
They're blocks away from each other.
But she's like, yeah, you're blonde and your hair is going to turn different colors. I'm like,
I mean, it's a little farther now than it was before. But
I will say that stuff I used at her house was a little scented, which you guys know I have an issue with scented. But when I got home yesterday, I took a shower, washed, conditioned my hair with my normal stuff. And when I got up this morning, like my hair just felt... It was weird. It was kind of between like a straw and a grease. And I'm like, my hair just does not feel right. And I swear, even though I shampooed and conditioned it, I could still smell that conditioner in my hair from her house. So I ended up using a stripping shampoo today, which I only do so every so often. It just strips like any buildup out of your hair at all, whether it's from shampoo, conditioners, product, whatever. So I had to do that. I did a stripping shampoo this morning and then conditioned it. And it's feeling better now. But yeah, my hair doesn't like stuff that's not usually put on there. It's like, no. Okay, guys. Potluck pullover.
You finished it?
I finished it. Okay. The ends are not woven in.
Oh, well,
because
I give you...
I want it to wait. Siri wants to know what she can help me with.
We're podcasting.
We're podcasting, Siri. I wanted to wait until... You're going to tickle my throat. Dr. Pepper will take care of that. I wanted to wait till I get home to weave in the ends because there's a ton of ends. And the lighting over there is not what I'm accustomed to. I'm not going to say it's bad lighting, but it's not what I'm accustomed to.
Yeah, because you don't have your light behind your head.
And the recliner doesn't recline quite like mine does.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm more looking down to be able to do that. And I tend to baby my neck when I can. You know. It's not in a flare-up right now, but I baby my neck. So this is made, and I have a lot left of the minis. I'm thinking I might actually take all of these and do, take a little kid's sweater pattern and just do it short sleeves and make it scrappy like mine for Peanut, so she has a matching one.
She'd get a kick out of that.
I think she would too. So we'll see if that comes about. So this is made all out of Honeybee Knits advent calendars. And before anybody even thinks to ask me, no, I have not tried it on.
Even now that she's got it off the needles.
I know. I told Amy I had it done from Happy Little Yarn. And she's like, oh, did you try it on yet? I'm like, no. This sweater...
Don't hurry, Amy. Don't hurry those things along.
I wanted to work on it for how long? Okay, here's the situation. This sweater I am not worried about at all. I would rather it be bigger than smaller. Now, my other sweater I'm going to talk to you guys about, I'm a little concerned about. There's probably about a 50-50 chance I'm not keeping it for myself. But we'll talk about that when we get there. It's done.
Look at that sparkle.
I mean, is that not gorgeous? The arms, because somebody had told me that, because the holes seemed really large for the arms, and somebody told me that they had really decreased more than what the pattern said. So I was kind of keeping my mind on that, and I was working on a sleeve when Karen was over on Sunday, And she was kind of laughing at me because, you know, I'd knit a little bit of it, and then I'm like, but this is supposed to be more like a t-shirt kind of style. Like, it's bigger. And I'm like, my t-shirts, because I wear my shirts large, they have big arms.
Yeah.
So having big arms is not, I would rather arms be bigger than tight. So I think this is going to be good.
I think it looks
like
great.
it looks.
I think it's going to fit you nice.
I think so too. I think it's going to have, like, I'm not going to stretch it.
No.
I just want to block it enough so, like, I can, you know, get that straightened out so it stops rolling, that sort of thing. I'll be careful not to elongate it or stretch it at all. It'll probably honestly just be washed and laid flat, and I might, depending on how the collar lays once it's wet, I might pin just like the collar of it.
Yeah.
Nothing else will be pinned. But there's quite a few ends to weave in. That's just one side.
She likes it though to weave in her, and it doesn't really bother her. We used to always be like, okay, go to the club and be like, here you go.
They would save their ends for me because it really doesn't bother me, honestly. So yeah, this was a big major project off the needles.
Yeah.
So yeah, Amy, once I get it all ends woven and it blocked, and then I'll probably try it on. With me the way I am, even though this is short sleeves and it is fingering weight, it will probably not be worn until October or November. I get heated so easily, and I do not like to be hot.
Nope.
I do not like to sweat. No.
Which is kind of funny if you think about it, because she runs.
And I'll tell you what, I want to tell you right now.
I don't run, just so you guys know.
Before I started running, like, I never sweat. Like, I would get hot or whatever. After I started running, it's like any little amount of movement, it's like, sweat. Like, you should see me when I come back from my runs. Oh my gosh. Brett hands me a little fan. Which I have not ran in a couple weeks now. I really need to get going again.
Yeah.
I have to run because I drink so much Dr. Pepper, and I got a Dr. Pepper belly, but you guys don't really care. But, you know. We're sharing, which is why I need my sweaters bigger. Because, let's face it, I'm not giving it up.
No. We all have to have our vices.
I've tried, and it gets ugly. And I tried a couple times at work, and I knew it wasn't going well when people started coming in handing me the Dr. Pepper. So, I need caffeine. It's just one of those things. So, yay.
Turned out really nice. I like it.
Yeah. Once I try it on, mainly for sizing and stuff, because I really like the knit was easy peasy, you know, the construction of it and stuff, and it's more the style of, like, what would fit in for my wardrobe versus, like, these long sleeve sweaters and, you know, stuff like that. I will be knitting another one. Like I said, I want to try this one on, see as far as sizing, you know, is this the size I want to stay with? Do I want to go down? I'm sure, don't want to go up. So, we'll see. I'm going to use all of Laura's advent calendars.
There you go.
So I think it's really pretty, all the different colors and stuff, too. That'd be really cute with jeans. A little pair of skinny jeans, and yeah.
So is that your last finished object?
Yeah. Yay! Guys, I did a lot. Of course, keep in mind, I wasn't sewing.
No.
So.
And you weren't you were watching Olivia, but most of that time you were not working.
Yeah, most of this was finished before I even went over there, so.
Yeah.
Let's take a break, and, okay, where did this hair come from?
Not for me.
I think that dog has hair on my bag, and I'll bet you that's why I started getting a tickle in my throat. Did that dog rub on my fringe bag? Yep. Right there. Because now it's all over. It's all over my lap. He's a little wiener dog. And those little, look, it's on my phone. And those little hairs. Oh, it sticks. I told my husband yesterday, I'm like, I can't do anything until I de-hair myself.
De-hair myself. Oh,
in a couple different ways, because, oh my gosh, I needed to shave my legs in the worst way by the time I got home. Because I'm one of those obsessive ones.
We each have our...
I can't go, oh, you think that's an issue? I mean, I like cleanliness.
I do too. I'm not saying I don't.
I can't be one of those women that are like, it's winter. Nobody's going to know I have hairy legs. No, I know. It would drive me insane. So at any rate, probably more than you guys want to know.
This podcast is like
all over the place. Okay, we're going to run through coupon codes now.
Back to business.
Back to business, guys. Alrighty, Showreel Studios on Etsy. If you use code KFB20, you get 20% off your entire order. Skyly Knits Fiber Arts on Etsy. Use code KFB19 for 15% off. She also is Amanda Ray Cole on Ravelry. And if you use code KFB19, you get 20% off any of her patterns. Lollipop Girl Yarns on Etsy. KFB15 for 15% off any hand-dyed yarns or patterns. Almost caught myself. Tiddly Bakes. Use KFB10 for 10% off your order. Cherry Pie Cottage on Etsy. If you spend $100 and you use code DISCOUNT100, you get 10% off your order. That is not a coupon code. I'm going to give you this one, but I'm going to tell you right now, her shop is going to be in vacation mode for 2 to 3 days, but then it will be back up. And that is Happy Little Yarn on Etsy. If you use code KFB10, that will get you 10% off your order. And she is currently making all different types of masks. So,
there's all different sizes.
All different
sizes.
Which
I might be getting a hold of her, because now that I got now that I got my new mask with the elastic on it, I might need to go down to a medium.
And she's watching now going,
that's okay.
I knew.
Yeah, she's going, shaking her head.
She thought you would want a medium, but
it's all right. It's all right. It'll get used.
We think we know better. All right.
I also have my mom. I can give it to my mom.
Oh, yeah.
Better than the one that we think goes over.
Whips.
Yes, I have a few of those.
All right.
I worked hard on that process.
I worked hard. Before I came over, I cashed it on like 6 projects.
No, I didn't do that, but I did make sure that I tried to knit a couple of rows on a couple of projects. Which this one probably isn't very much. Okay, I know the yarn is Desert Vista Dye Works. Like speckled jelly beans, which is one of her self-straightening with sparkles. So just a few rows on my pair of socks here. And this is the Rose City Roller Free pattern on Ravelry, which is my first one. So I'm still really interested on how they will fit afterwards.
They'll fit somebody.
Well, the funny part is that I have gone back on a couple of my pairs that I've done toe up with the afterthought heel, and I think I really need to get back to doing more of a gusset type situation, because I'm not having enough area in my instep. It's kind of tight in that area, so we'll see.
It'll loosen up as you wear it, though.
But and then I know my daughter, it would be worse on her, so I have to. And then my mom's got like a size 10.5 foot.
That's too big to knit
She's
socks
like
for.
5'2".
That's too big to knit socks for.
I did use.
Just buy her some.
No, I used Cozy Up's JoJo's slipper
slipper
pattern,
set.
the slipper pattern, which is nice because it's more of like a DK, so it doesn't. It didn't take nearly as long. So I'll do that.
You could also do the.
But I won't do socks for her.
Why don't you do the? They have that other one that's an actual sock, the Maybe Baby.
The Maybe Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I have that one in my library,
DK.
and I just haven't.
I did a couple pair of them.
But yeah, I really like her yarn.
Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me.
I didn't do it.
No, another ball of yarn fell down. It's over on your side. I missed it falling. That's funny.
We'll get it later.
No, oh, yeah. We could spend the whole podcast picking up yarn. It's ridiculous. Let me see if I have socks. Oh, hold on. My bag is stuck. I have everything crammed into this one bag in smaller bags. My ginger snap bag, which I have a new ginger snap bag on its way, and I'm very, very excited. I also might have some yarn coming from her.
Did you take her up on her sale?
Well, I mean,
anniversary sale.
Yeah, she put a skein up there. I couldn't resist because it was screaming Peanut's name.
Oh,
and Peanut needs all new hats, so I had to. Stay. Okay, my socks. I thought I was actually going to have these done. The yarn is the Yarn Jar, and it's Cosmic Lavender. I'm thinking this might. It's probably because it was leftover. It was leftover, so I'm sure it was probably from Laura. Although it could have been from Dawn as well. I don't know. It was from somebody.
Yep.
Because everybody knows it doesn't take me much to knit a pair of socks. So leftovers are great.
It helps when you do shorties.
And I just got done doing the heels.
There you go.
So these will be done tonight. I mean, as you could tell, there wasn't a whole lot.
Yeah.
So these will be done, and then I will kick up some Halloween yarn for some Halloween socks, I think. I've kind of changed my mind about what I'm doing with some of my Halloween yarn I have to show in acquisitions, so things are changing. But I always have to have socks on the go, so.
Always.
All right, you're up again, Karen.
Next pair of socks. I made more progress on these. So this wasn't just...
And that was Penguin Soup.
This one here?
Yeah, that's the brand is Penguin Soup.
Penguin Soup. Do you remember the colorway?
No, the only reason why I remember Penguin Soup is for whatever reason I was going through my camera roll because my iPhone keeps telling me that my iPhone is basically too full because I have so many freaking pictures on it. And for whatever reason, I took a picture of that yarn and it had the tag and it said Penguin Soup, but I didn't have a picture of the other side that had the name.
Interesting. So this pair... I am doing toe up.
I love this colorway.
I know, that's why.
It is really pretty.
And you can see where my stitch marker is there. So I made quite a little bit, of... I was able to bring it with me a couple of times when I went out. So, made some progress on that.
There was that Hoppy Pig again yesterday, and I got asked right away what I was knitting.
There you go.
Because, we only have a couple choices now in town where you can go and dine in.
Yeah. Everywhere else is forced to be outside. Well,
kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Because Happy Pig and Carlos, they chose to say, whatever. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. So this is, oh boy. Poor girl. Oh, that's okay. This is a new cast on. It is called Close to You, and it's a one skein shawl pattern. And literally, this is the pattern. It's one page. Yes. So I started this with Forbidden Fiber Co. Tea Time Intrigue. Took me a minute. I can't. Their print was so small. And I bought this for a hat that I got the pattern.
Oh,
and got this, and I didn't like the hat. It was just too much. So this was already
yarn though.
Yeah, it was gorgeous yarn.
I still have mine that I haven't.
And it was already skeined up.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, we'll just grab this. Now I don't have a whole lot of it done yet. But you can kind of see what's going on there. And basically this just keeps repeating and repeating.
Do you remember if that was a free pattern or a paid for pattern?
It,
or if it was gifted to you?
It was free. I don't know if it's always free.
Okay.
Okay. I belong to it was on that Facebook group that we both belong to.
Yeah.
Sometimes those are patterns that remain free, but sometimes they're free for like the first 24 hours. So I honestly can't answer that question without looking it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a really pretty pattern. Really pretty shawl. So, yeah. I didn't have a shawl and needles, so there we go. Got a shawl and needles. I had that in my little bag from Nanette Wakes. All right, what else you got?
Okay, this next one is a work in progress.
Well, isn't that what we're on? A work in progress?
Mentally. There is no pattern. It's been sitting, this yarn I got from a D-stash. I am not even going to try to pronounce that.
Oh, don't look at me.
This is in her berry pomegranate, a bulky weight, 100% merino. It says it's merino, but it's superwash. Here's the yarn. And I am going to make mitts. I've just been piddling around with different stitch patterns, which is a little bit harder with the bulkier weight because I want it to actually not be so tight that it doesn't fit right, but that it shows off the yarn too. So I've gone through a couple of different stitch, and so far I haven't found it, but I will. So no pattern on that. But it's time to replace my fingerless mitts that I made for my mom. And it's screaming to me, and I finally was like, okay, I'll do something with you.
Yes. All right.
So I have no idea if that person dies at all anymore because it was from a D-stash.
We never know.
No. Yeah.
I only have one more whip. And this actually would have been finished had I not started knitting all the hats. But the hats were just easier being over at her house because they were small if I needed to put them down.
Yeah.
And I could actually sneak in a few rows here and there when Peanut was awake even. So
yeah,
that was kind of nice. Cozy Up pattern. A simple hug cardi. Should have been done. This is the one that I'm debating that might or might not be worn by me.
Really?
So, let me tell you about the yarn first.
Bummer.
Miss Babs' Beautiful Dreamer. The sweater itself is going to be okay. It's the armholes.
Oh.
Okay. Keep in mind, I don't like tighter things. Like, I don't like fitted items. And...
So, wait a minute. Did you try this on?
Yeah, half, kind of.
Half,
yeah.
kind of.
I don't want to use that bad word. You guys know what I mean. The armholes are very, very small. Okay. I'm going to finish it. And I will block it. But I don't know if I'm going to get enough for my liking. So, I'm thinking I could probably always send it to my sister, who's smaller than I am.
There you go.
And she likes blue. But I've gone this far. I'm going to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
I have yarn for another one. So I will definitely go up. I'm thinking a size or 2. Everything needs to be blacked.
So this is superwash.
It's not going to be enough with how it's done. You're not going to be able to stretch that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The problem is I use different size needles and basically different yarn than what's called for. I know, like, width-wise and length-wise and everything, it's going to block out.
Mm-hmm.
The armholes, we'll see. Because I really want it oversized.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I didn't want that fitted. I wanted if I had a t-shirt on, I could throw it over my t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Could I wear it, like, with a tank top or something? I'm sure. How often do I wear that, though?
Mm-hmm.
Usually when we go out and about.
Every single time I have been with you, except for, well, even...
yarn events, I don't typically wear t-shirts.
Right. The only time that you were really into wearing tanks, and even with that, you were wearing cardigans
I
over
wear a
it,
cardigan over.
is your blue sparkle one that you had gotten, which...
That's because it kind of hugs here and then it goes away from your tummy.
Yep.
Because I'm not wearing a regular
But other
tank.
than that, you're in a t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm a t-shirt girl. So I kind of wanted this to, like, take to the restaurant and be able to just throw over my t-shirt just because it's a little extra warmth if, you know, I'm chilled or... So, I don't know. We'll see. It's up in the air, and I'm sure some people are like, well, why don't you just take it out and knit a bigger size? Well, I've done all this work. It'll fit somebody. I mean, it's fine.
I love those colors.
Isn't it beautiful? Yeah. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm not mad about it. You know me, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody will wear it.
Somebody will wear it.
I'll make another one. Yep. No worries. So, there's that. And even if this one's okay and I keep it, I will probably go up a size or 2.
Mm-hmm.
With the next one, because the next one is the same brain yarn and all that. So, and I had plenty of yarn. I still have all of this left.
Will you keep the same needle size then?
Yes.
But it still go up?
Yes,
okay.
I'll keep the same needle size and go up 1 to 2 sizes, depending on how this ends up fitting after blocking.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to have more than enough yarn because I had 2 skeins of this and I have all of this left.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2 skeins of the other. So I could definitely go bigger size and not have any issues whatsoever.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, this would have been done had I not been working on hats. And I'm going to put all my whip spray back in this one big, huge bag. I'm sure I'll cast on some more stuff, but I'm kind of at a loss of... No, I'm not. I know what I'm going to cast on next. Never mind. I'm kind of, I don't know, lately I'm kind of faltering because it's like, okay, socks. Socks is a given. But...
For a while there, you were in the shawl mode.
Nothing else is, like, jumping out at me right now, you know? So, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, you were doing hats for Peanut and everything. I know you don't necessarily wear hats.
No. I love my ginger snap bag.
Okay. This is the Ginny by Andrea Maury, which you guys have seen multiple times.
Kind of like my potluck. And
yep. And I have made quite a bit of progress. You can see from the yellow, maybe, the yellow stitch marker on that sleeve.
When it comes to sweaters, we don't rush it.
No.
We're like, yeah, whatever.
And you can't really see the black, is it the black stitch marker on this one? Guess so.
Probably.
Probably. From here on this one. That doesn't seem right, but...
Yeah.
So, quite a bit on the sleeves. It was nice and cool there, you know, kind of cool. And then we got a hot spell. It was like, I ain't picking that up. Even sitting in the air, just having something sitting on my...
Oh, you worked on it last Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's at my house, although she was hot. She was cold.
Okay,
oh my gosh.
It was hilarious. I was like...
I took pictures of her.
Took a picture of me.
It's sent to our friend Laura because she literally is on the couch, has her wrap thing around her, has the blanket pulled up to her chin like this. When I look over, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm hot. And she's like,
I had two blankets. No. I had the one with the sleeves. I was wearing it like a coat, and it had like extra edges, and I had it flapped over me. And then I had my other llama blanket up along the lap, and my Tinkerbell snuggle.
I'm like,
I was styling. And then I got hot. And then by the end of the night,
you were cuddled back up again. Like she made up her mind.
At one point, I had them both off.
Yeah. So I look over there, she's two and up to her chin, and then she's down to one blanket, and then she has no blankets, and then she's up to her chin again. I'm like, what in the world?
Don't mind me.
Are you experiencing all the seasons over there?
And I've been through all that stuff.
Oh.
Been and done and over with. It's not, honestly, I just think it was my lupus acting up. It was just, you know, being ornery.
I think you're just trying to entertain me. Making sure I was paying attention.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, kind of matched her for...
Like somebody's sneaking up on me or something. There's a wall.
There's a corner behind her.
I just know what that was. Alrighty. Well, do you have any acquisitions?
One item.
Alrighty. Let's see it, Karen.
And Amy's going to laugh at me for this.
Oh.
Although I did get a compliment on it the other day. Mask. She replaced it. Elastic is great. But it is a little big. The trick is, though, is that I have glasses. So I have to have it go underneath my glasses. Otherwise, Steam City. So, but it's a little bit. But elastic is great. So I appreciate that she offered to make me a new one. And I hadn't worn the other one enough to really know whether or not it was too big, and it was. She knew better than I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I will take care of that when she's done with her vacation.
She's been sewing a lot. Well, and if I know Amy, she's probably going to reach out to you by the time she's done watching this.
But I did get compliments on it, and I was like, oh, yes, I got that from
Mm-hmm.
Happy Little Yarns on Etsy.
Okay.
And Instagram, too.
And she has a podcast.
And a podcast.
So, YouTube.
Yep.
I might have fallen off the yarn wagon, guys.
Does it count as falling off the yarn wagon if you get a good deal on it like you just did?
See, well, no, we're starting with my actual acquisitions first.
Okay.
I really have not ordered a lot of yarn this year. And I have knit up a ton of yarn this year.
Well, that happens when you don't have the yarn events.
Yeah. Well, and part of my problem was I don't have any Halloween yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is I went online and I ordered Halloween yarn from Bad Wolf Girls Studios.
Oh,
and I got the Pinup Zombie, and it's the 75, 20, and 5 Stellina.
Look at those colors.
And this is going to be a hat, Peanuts Halloween hat. I'm going to hold it double. And then I'll make socks probably too, depending on. But the problem was once I ordered this, it took her so long to get it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up buying more Halloween yarn. So then I ordered from Arkansas Yarn Co. Monster Mash.
Mm.
And there's her tag.
that even has orange in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then before that came in,
This impatience. Apparently, there needs to be a time.
well, the way I've been going through socks so quickly, I'm like, 2 skeins aren't gonna last me very long. There was a D-stash.
Oh.
So I got this one. It's from Direful Yarns,
Mm-hmm.
and it's on their Ghastly sock, which is 80/20, and it's called Trickery. So I ordered this one first. And I checked out. And then a day later, I went back on there. And I ended up ordering, also from the D-Stash, from Whip Yarns, Fright Night.
You got Halloween covered, girl. Wow. You are ready to go.
And
More?
from People... I can never say it.
People.
Thank you. Fields. Black Friday. I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Okay. We'll call it Black Friday.
Yeah. I like that colorway.
So. I now have a Halloween yarn.
These are so, like, not your, like...
Well, they're Halloween.
Well, I realize that. But, like, this is not a color that I would ever pick for you to pick out. Even for you
It was
for
a
Halloween.
D-Stash, and it was Halloween. It was very cheap. And
Those
technically,
colors,
this is universal, so I could use it for little man. even if I
that's
wanted.
the first thing I thought of when you took that out, is that you could use that for Lucas.
So.
She does a
Then,
good job of
so then, no, I didn't purchase this next one.
Okay.
In my defense,
okay.
it was gifted to me
Mm-hmm.
from my dear friend. Now, I'm going to remind you. Hold on. Okay. I had previously shown the Strawberry Shortcake mini set that from Yarn Cafe Creations
Mm-hmm.
that Laura had sent me that had Strawberry Shortcake. Okay, let's see. It was the Strawberry Shortcake Summer Collection #1. Well, when I got home yesterday, in the mail was Strawberry Shortcake Summer Collection #2. So I have the
Great.
whole set, and this one is, maybe, hold on. Angel Cake, Purple Pie Man, Lime Chiffon, Lemon Meringue, and Strawberry Torte. Also on Gold Stellina. So, I think what I'm going to do is okay, help my memory, Karen, because you know I'm really
Cozy
bad.
Up Knits. Am I right?
It's a Cozy Up, not the 8th Avenue. It's the new one they came out with.
Waves?
There you go.
Something wave?
Yes. Because I think it's 10 mini skeins. And I'm probably going to just put, I have that gray
Mm-hmm.
from Arkansas Yarn Co. I'm going to put a gray with it.
Yep.
I have a plan. So I'll have a Strawberry Shortcake.
See, earlier you were talking like you didn't know.
Well, that's
Now
why
you know.
that's why I said, oh wait, I do have a plan.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what I was thinking then, because this is like perfect for that. Because I don't want to just like put this in a scrappy blanket or no. Yes,
So Brett has some wine in it too.
he does. Yeah, because he's got wine Halloween yarn too. I'll put him to work. Although, like I said last time, I wound some yarn. Oh, what happened there? It's awful. I gotta wind my own yarn. I mean, it's bad. I have to buy it myself. Why should I have to wind it?
It was funny. Well, not funny. My mother-in-law used to well, actually, I still have them. She used to sew. She used to make doll clothes for a lady that used to do porcelain dolls. She would be commissioned to do the bloomers, the underwear, the socks, the whole, give her a picture, and she would, and the material, and she would, without even a pattern, do this stuff. And as the kids grow up, and even as her kids grew up, they have knockoff Care Bears. I still have, I think it's Grumpy Bear that was Meganna's favorite. And when we got engaged for Christmas, she made a 5-foot tall teddy bear for me to pull out with a vest, with a Christmas vest and the whole huge old thing to pull out. So, but of course now she's older. She doesn't have the eyesight, and she lives in an assisted living. So she started making octopuses out of yarn. And so I almost had to go up to Mantino where she lives, because she was winding it by hand. And Chuck was like, can you go, yeah. I'm like, I got a TV tray. I can. And you still can't go into their, because it's mainly elderly and, people with medical conditions anyway. So you can't go inside. So I could have just seen me in the parking lot
winding yarn out too.
Here you go. But she only had a little bit left. But I have some leftover yarn that I know I'm gonna give to her. I'm gonna wind it up for her so she can make some more. So she makes them, puts the little googly eyes on them, and little ribbons and bows and all that stuff. And they have these little shelves that they can decorate. So all the residents have them in the area. So it's kind of cool.
Okay. For my other acquisitions, we went thrifting. So we went up north, did our usual running around, went to all the stores up there. I did not get one single thing. Zip, zilch, nada. So we hit back in town. Brett's like, you want to go to our Goodwill? And I'm like, whatever. Not like I'm going to get anything. And he's like, oh no, this is going to be where you really get something. Yeah, I did.
For once, he was right. I mean,
yeah.
Not that.
Oh, he's gonna see that. No chocolate deliveries for you.
Oh, he's not gonna get my special popcorn anymore.
Yeah. So
well, sometimes you say, you say you're going to do something, and then it doesn't come through.
Yep. So I go to the craft section, and I'm like, oh, look at that. Oh, the next thing I know, I need a basket. So there's a little girl who was organizing over there because it was later in the evening, and they tend to pick different sections and organize and sort and whatever. And I'm like, can you watch my yarn? Don't let anybody take it. I gotta go get a basket. Should have gotten 2 baskets. So this went on for 2 days. So let me show you what I got on my first trip there that night. Somebody liked Mary Maxim. So, where do I start? Okay, I'll start with kits. Mary Maxim, Easter basket with eggs. Makes a basket 9 eggs. Now there are actually so this was one kit. And then I think the lady actually bought enough to do the second kit. So this kit I paid $2.99 for. $2.99. There's a lot of scrubbing. Then this one, it's kind of folded over so you can't really see it very well. It's a Pansies table topper, 19 inches in diameter. And of course, it's crochet. $2.99. So there's that kit. That's really pretty colors.
Yeah, I like those colors. Those are pretty.
So I think that'll be really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all the kits on that trip? Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so then...
This bag is huge, people.
I might be at the end of it. 4, 8.
And like Christmas colors.
Yeah, things of the scrubby yarn.
So maybe she wanted to do Easter basket and then put Christmas eggs in here.
I don't know.
Who knows?
50 cents a piece.
This is different kind of.
It's a nice scrubby.
Yeah, it's not like
It's not like that nasty
plastic
stuff. No, this is a nice scrubby. Yeah. Okay, so I got that.
It's going to take us a while to clean up after this.
Okay.
I'm going to go in the other room and sit in my recliner with all my blankets.
That's what she does.
And start knitting while she...
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Also Mary Maxim. They're simply worsted. They might have the colorway covered up on that. They might be covered up on them all. Pumpkin. I got 9 of those.
Holy cow.
99 cents a piece.
How many yards is on it?
Can't say I'm a fan of the color, but it's also...
This is like screaming me in terms of colors, but I'm good. You got it.
It's a neutral color.
Yeah.
Could do a baby, little man sweater.
262 yards each.
Do a little man sweater and then coordinate, like put little bits of this, but find another color to do peanut a sweater. So they'd be kind of matching, but not matching.
Mm-hmm.
So at any rate, I wasn't going to leave it.
Of course not.
Because you guys know how I am. So that was my first trip.
Wow.
So then the next day, Brett's like, hey, do you want to go back over there and see if they, by chance would have restocked? And I'm like, oh, I guess. I doubt they have, but, I mean, whatever. I mean, the girl knew I took a bunch. And what was funny was she had not done the craft section yet. So she actually thanked me.
Because you were taking stuff.
Thanked me, guys. And let me just show you this bag, because now I have everything back in there. Really? Yeah.
So she made up for in one store.
So then we go back the next day. Yep, got another bag, guys. The Mary Maxim lover stuff got put out again. Now this is really, really cute. So it has the fall scrubby colors and autumn favorites. It's 13 crocheted patterns using the Mary Maxim Scrub It yarn. And they're like leaves and
okay.
$2.99 for that kit.
Just in time for your Halloween fall.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I think this is going to be one of the first ones I do.
Mm-hmm.
This is another kit. I paid $4.99 for this one. Now, it's a snowflake topper. And there is enough in here, because this woman bought multiples of everything, I think, to do at least 2, if not 3 of
wow.
these. Yeah. Insane. And obviously she was a crocheter, which is fine, I crochet.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that. And then...
I can crochet, but not quite that good.
Oh, I got a pattern. I had a couple different bags on it.
Oh, that's cute.
I just pick them up here and there. I mean, it was 99 cents. I was already back there anyway, so. Yeah, I have a mother load.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Was that before or after you got into the Halloween acquisition kick?
Might have been after. And then right after I bought, on the second day, was when I said, oh, I wanted to go to Hobby Lobby, but... So keep in mind, I had that big, gigantic bag already purchased. I had just purchased all this stuff. And I'm like, hey, you want to go to Hobby Lobby and buy more yarn? My husband didn't even bat an eye.
Well, when you get it, it's not...
I want to do this kit first.
Just think of what would have been spent had it been full price for all of that stuff. You know what I mean?
I can't pass up. You guys know how I am. I mean, looks like there might be more than... Oh, okay. I think she bought a book separate. Yeah. Okay, so this was the kit, it looks like. Autumn Keller's Dishcloth. So it was just a plain dishcloth that came with that particular kit. Well, obviously, that wasn't enough for her. So it looks like she added on this book, which was then the 13 crochet patterns. Oh, they're cute.
Oh, so you get to pick.
Look.
Oh, cool.
And there's a hot pad. Let me show you guys. So that's all the different ones.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh, I just like the little scrubbies on the back here. Alisha would use the heck out of those. Little scrubbies. So, yeah.
And although it is scrub material. So.
Yeah, it's scrubby, but it's not like scrubby. If that makes sense.
100%. That's because it's 100% cotton.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
76 yards in each one of these little...
And ain't none of this really difficult, because when they give you the abbreviations in the back, I mean, it's slip knot, chain stitch, half double crochet, single crochet, slip stitch, treble crochet. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all that's listed. So it's not going to be anything very complicated. Although before I start this, I probably should start that Elmo for my granddaughter.
She would love that so much.
Yeah, she would. Yeah, I'm going to do these leaves. That's what I want to do. The leaves.
So what are you going to use the black? You're going to use the black with some of this to actually make...
The black with... Because I don't know that I'll make... Oh, with some of the loose ones I had. Which I'll probably go with the red, because that's what I made Alisha before. Because Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
So... I'm a hot mess here, guys.
It's spilling all over the place.
It's everywhere. All this stuff is not being put away tonight, I can tell you that.
This doesn't have a big enough black for it all.
The Goodwill packages will be left out on my chair, because I'm going to have to reorganize my closet again.
Phew, girl.
So that's all I got.
That's all? And one item.
Oh, well, I told you I had hit the mother load when you were here last Sunday. I don't want to show it all to you, though. That way, you know, they get the reaction. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. You're welcome.
She had warned me. I hadn't seen it until I come
Yeah, but I don't think
to sit down, and I was like, holy cow. And she, like when she said what she had, you know, it's still hard to envision, you know, what she actually got. And then when I sat down and this pile was like overflowing, I was like, goodness.
Well, it didn't help that I had a lot of knitting bags too with FOs and, you know, whatnot too. So, yeah.
Her little Mary Poppins bags.
Yeah, had Phil actually looked in those bags that I had at his house, he would have been like, holy crap.
Well, it's funny. At one point, it's like, you still got enough knitting?
Yeah, she's texting, and I'm giggling to myself because I'm like, I don't think she quite understands how much yarn I brought with me.
Well, if you're like me, a lot, which it would have been, because you know, I moved for the socks right now. Maybe not so much. You know, Peanuts around. You don't. You know.
I didn't knit a whole lot when she was up, just because we were playing or you know, or I was feeding her or whatever. It was mainly just when she was sleeping, which, I mean, she takes a long nap.
There you go.
I mean, seriously, she goes down by noon. Well, she gets up no later than 9:30 in the morning. She goes for a nap at noon. Depending on the day, she'll sleep. Like the one day she only slept for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
One day she slept for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then she's back in bed by 7, 8 o'clock.
And she sleeps all night, huh?
Yes. And there was some nights I think I was wearing her out. Because like the first night I was there, she was like, okay, you know, you put her in the crib with her dogs, which is so cute because she counts them. You put the dog, you take her first dog and go 1. Then you grab her second dog and she goes 2. And when you get her up, you have to do it in reverse. You have to take 1 out, go 1, and put it on her ottoman, and then she goes 2. So she likes to count the dogs in and out. So the first night when I put her down, she was up playing with the doggies and talking and chattering for quite a while, almost 45 minutes, I think. Every night after that, I put her in there, and like she didn't play with the dog, she didn't anything. She was just like,
yeah, because every time she went, shoes, he took her outside.
Well, I let her run through the mall. And
yeah,
it was funny. Yesterday morning, I had to go out to my car to get something. I was going to check the mail because I hadn't checked their mail the night before. And I opened the car, and she climbs right in, and she goes, car? She don't want to get back out. She want to go bye-bye again. I'm like, no. We're not going bye-bye.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's cute.
So I'm telling her father yesterday, I'm like, make sure you count her dogs when you put her down. And he's like, what? She wants you to count them. This is what happens. And it was so funny because when I finally got her to say grandma, I told Phil, I was texting him, he was like, do you have it on video? Because unless it's on video, it did not happen. So there I am, whipping out my phone all the time. I'd be like, Peanut, say grandma. She'd go, no. Peanut, can you say grandma? No. Every time I took out the phone, wouldn't do it. Going in, I'm getting my nails done. Right away, she's like, grandma. And Mandy's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, I have a witness. So I tell Phil, nope, not unless you have video. So finally, we're FaceTiming Alisha and Phil. And she said it while we were on FaceTime. I'm like, told you she knew how to say it.
So you don't have any evidence of her saying grandpa, though?
No, but it's really funny because sometimes she says grandpa, and then other times it comes out as pa. But, yeah. Well, you know how cute she is when she talks.
Yeah. I could see her dance all the time.
Kid loves to dance. Loves it. I took her out in the pool a lot, too. Because it was warmer, so I texted Alisha, I'm like, hey, you got a kid's pool for her or what? Because for now, I was going to sing grandpa. And she was like, yeah, she'll be in the basement. So when she was at nap the one time, I dragged out the pool and filled it up, and Brett had bought her, because it was on the shopping list, the Baby Shark bath toy. So when the thing goes in water, it swims and it sings Baby Shark. She loves that song. So when she got up from her nap, after she had her snacky and stuff, I took her out into the pool. And she got to play with her Baby Shark toy, and she had a blast. She was mad, though, because when she went to bed that night, I cleaned up the pool and whatever, dumped it out, because even if I was going to let her go in it the next day, I was going to give her fresh water.
Yeah.
The minute that kid got up, she went to the back door to the pool. We don't have time today.
I could see the pout coming on.
Yeah. So Grandma kept her very busy. We did a lot of stuff, so.
That's cool.
I don't sit still very well.
So she's like right at your speed.
Yeah. And which is funny because I sit still in my recliner for hours. Don't get me wrong, guys.
But you're doing something that
I'm
you
watching
love
TV
to do. You're watching
crocheting or knitting or yeah. Alisha about the baby, sorry. Yeah, so, and there was a lot of downtime, you know? Where
Yeah.
I was just like, okay. But Packer would be like, okay, Grandma, I go outside, throw a ball for me. So,
bet.
I mean, it was fine.
Yeah.
I kept busy. I was able, they showed me how to work their TV and whatever, so I was able to watch Person of Interest over there.
Mhm.
But I was really glad seeing that I'm getting near the end of the series to come back home and watch Person of Interest. My TV's a lot bigger than theirs. Which means it's louder too.
Mhm.
And the problem, you know, Brett's like, well, just turn up their TV. Well, I would turn it up so I could hear them when they were talking. But then without warning, there'd be like gunfire or explosions, and it's like rocking the house. It's so loud, you know, and the baby was upstairs sleeping. Although she's got waves to listen to. So, you know, I felt bad about always jacking up the volume. So I'm glad to be home to finish it out because I have 2 episodes to go. And I have a feeling I might be mad at the end on this one.
Are you eyeing your next series?
I am. I can't remember the name of it. Netflix actually recommended it to me. Today I'm getting a little concerned though with the one I'm watching because the last few series I've watched I've walked away happy.
Yeah.
Like this one where it's leading right now at this point and I'm only 1 episode away from finishing. It's not looking good. I think I might be PO'd.
You can't always be happy when they end an episode or a series.
But I get quite disgruntled. You know you know how I am.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, I can't remember the name. Well, I'll know by next time because I'll have finished this series by tomorrow.
And you'll tell from her knitting and how much she has to tear it out and whether she was really paying attention to the show or her knitting.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think that's all we have.
Yep.
So, just a reminder, Dishcloth along, sweater Cal, Knit for Brains Designs, 15% off everything in the shop right now. There are quite a few bags. There's even some Halloween ones in there. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. If you hit the little bell, then you'll get notifications of when a new video goes up.
Because Sunday night, we sit down and she's like, oh, cherry pie just...
Yeah.
They're getting ready to put theirs up. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, guess what? So we go through our list.
Yeah. We that's what we do when we're done podcasting. We always sit and knit and watch catch up on the podcast that we watch. So, which I don't know that we have a whole lot today.
We'll find something.
Yeah, we'll find something. We're not too worried. So, yeah. But other than that, we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.